If you're looking to improve your night's sleep on the bank, then stick around because we have sleep systems, individual sleeping bags, individual beds, and a thermal cover, all from Solar in the Undercover range. So we'll start off with the bed itself. So put the thermal cover and the sleeping bag to the side. Now this bed chair is available either as just a standard bed chair, which doesn't come with a sleep system, then you add your own sleeping bag on top, and that comes in at $244.99 RRP, or you can have it as I've got it in with me today, which is a sleep system, which comes in at $379.99 RRP. But we'll start off with the bed itself underneath, because for all intents and purposes, they're exactly the same, whether you go for the standard without the sleep system or with the sleep system, only I'll get onto the mattress or the topping section in a second. But the frame itself is an aluminium tubular frame, so it's quite lightweight just to start with. It's the first thing I noticed. And also, if I can reach, probably not, this wasn't a good idea. The push lock legs, there we go, are nice and easy to use. That's the most awkward thing I could have tried to do. Move around to the front to show you the push lock system on the legs. So nice and easy to adjust them, and that's on both the front legs and the head end. So fully adjustable, nice and easy to make it nice and level on any surface. So it jacks up a bit higher than this, is in its lower state to start with, but nice and easy to use the legs. Just don't reach over the bed to do it normally, as you've seen. The rest of the frame is fairly simple. If you have a look again underneath, you'll see that the mattress itself is stitched into the frame here. So rather than having any kind of elastic here, it's just nice and solid. This is what gets the most stress and strain when you're on the bank. It gives you a lot of lumbar support when you're sleeping in the bed, but also it's where you sit all the time in the day. So it doesn't sag in the middle, because a lot of things, bed chairs that come with the elastic, yes, you can tighten them over time, but they eventually will degrade, and you'll just find every time you sit down in it, you sag down. And if that's what you want, then this isn't the bed for you. But I think most of us now quite like having a firm lumbar support, so that when you're sitting there, it doesn't degrade over time, nice and supportive sitting in the day and also at night. We've got twin pivot legs, so sorry, the legs fold down flat, and then I'll put it back upright like so. As you can see, it's so easy to move around. It weighs next to nothing because it's aluminium frame. As you can see, the hinges here are double hinged, so it folds nice and flat once you pack it down, nice and easy. And as you can see, it's got a head and leg, an individual one, just to stop it from tipping at that end at any point. There isn't one at the foot end, but I don't think many of us ever really sit down that end, and this is where most of the support is needed. So there's no need for the extra weight of another leg, and that folds down nice and flat like so. While I'm here, there's a little pocket here which has the strap. We'll pull it out. This is what, when you pack it all down, you wrap that around the bed chair, pull it down tight and clip it in place, and that stops it from folding open when in transit and keeps it as flat profile as possible when it's in its closed down state. So that is pretty much the frame in a nutshell. So as I said, you can get this as either just a standard bed chair, which doesn't come with the top, and that comes in at $244.99, or alternatively you can get it as a 3-season sleep system like I've got with me today, which comes in at $379.99. So to start with, on the top you can see it's quite a nice camouflage pattern on there, quite understated, it's not in your face. And also another thing you notice, if I grab my bucket, it's water resistant. So if you want to sleep under the stars, you can do so. Shake that off so I don't get myself all wet and I'm continuing to talk about it. So water resistant top, that's the first thing to notice about the material. So yeah, whether you're sleeping under the stars or you've got a bit of a leaky bivvy, a lot of condensation, this will keep you dry throughout the night. Another thing that I quite like about this is how it's attached to the sleeping bag. So like I said, the difference between this and the standard bed chair that isn't a sleep system is that the standard won't have this zip on the inside of the mattress. The sleep system does, but instead of the top section zipping onto the very edge, which a lot of sleep systems do, this zips into the inside of the edge mattress, if that makes sense. So there's actually a lot more movement on the edges, because often you can feel like you're strapped into a sleep system, including mine, and although mine's very comfy, the thing that really bugs me is that I don't often do up the side I get out of. One, so I can get out to the rod as quick as possible, but also so I can tuck it around me a bit more. Whereas this has a bit more movement because it's set back from the edge of the bed chair, you've got the excess space around the side to really tuck it around you and make it nice and comfortable. That's quite a nice little feature. And again, you can see it probably a bit easier from that camera on that angle, as you can see, the edge of the bed chair is here, but the zip is probably a good 6 inches set back from the edge. Same at the head end, so it moves around, and underneath you've got a pillow here, well, like a built-in pillow, and extra padding around the sides, around the frame, and the mattress is a mesh, so it's breathable, but also nice and padded, thick padding there. So if we open up onto the inside, you've got Velcro tabs at the top ends, so whichever end you're not getting out of, tab that shut, and it will stop it from opening up. We open this up, we're then greeted by baffles on the inside. So you've actually got a wind protection over the zip, so it shouldn't let any kind of wind cut in through those zips. But even if some creeps through, you've then got an extra protection of a baffle on the inside, so it just helps to keep that heat within there. So once you're in your bag and you get in nice and warm, it will trap the heat better than if it didn't have a baffle, for instance. Full nylon, both top and bottom, that makes it nice and easy to move around. That in conjunction with the fact that it's set back with the zips gives you loads of movability inside. So gone are the days of rolling around and finding yourself all cocooned up and stuck. This gives you a lot of freedom, you don't stick anywhere. All this padding and nylon means it's nice and warm when you're in there anyway. So that's pretty much the sleep system in a nutshell as well. But of course, this does fully zip off, which I'll do now. All crash zips, as you can see, I'm just pulling on this and it's coming undone. So I've got to the bottom there. Get to this side again. Just undoes nice and easy like so. And as easy as that, yeet, we've got rid of the cover. So here is a bit more clear of what the bed chair will look like if you go for the standard, minus the zips, of course. So the bed chair, again, without a cover, weighs next to nothing. Nice and easy to carry around. So yeah, I think you can't complain about the strength with aluminium, but it's lightweight as well. So that is the bed chair and the sleep system covered. But of course, if you're not interested in either of those and you're just after a sleeping bag, that's where this comes in. So this is the UnderCover Pro Sleeping Bag. Undo this, and this is universal, so it should fit on most, if not all, standard bed chairs. So that doesn't include your wide boys or your kids versions. Roll this out, you'll see you've got exactly the same material as we saw with the cover, wrong way around. There we go. So on the foot end, we've got a sock or a hood, I don't know why I called it a sock, that wraps around that end. This end, again, wraps round. And if I was doing this properly, I would put the top leg through a little hole. There's a little cutout on the top hood, so you can put that top leg through. And then here is a strap that goes round. Like so, pull that tight. Ooh. Like so. So as you can see, it attaches to the bottom with a head end hood. Like I said, it will go through, that leg will go through the hood. Bottom end latches on as well. And then we've got the strap going around the middle to keep it all in position. So if you've got a bed chair you're already happy with, but you want to upgrade to another sleeping bag, then go for this, because this will fit on, like I said, any bed chair, or should fit on any bed chair on the market. I'm not going to go through it all too much again, because it's pretty much exactly the same as the sleep system on the inside. Nylon top, nylon bottom, baffles, crash zips, and once again, the material is water resistant and drips off as easy as that. So again, if you want to sleep under the stars on this, there's absolutely no issue or no reason why you couldn't do that. So that is the sleeping bag in a nutshell as well. But there's one more item I've got with me, which is the UnderCover thermal bed chair cover. Again, universal, nice and lightweight, just a couple of kilos I think this is. And this attaches with little tabs here. So if you've got tabs on your sleeping bag or on your bed chair, I can't find them right now, but you've got little toggles there, and that just goes over your bed chair like so. So once again, extended skirt, so it fits around all the edges to cut out any kind of wind, because obviously the idea of a thermal layer is that it cuts out wind and keeps the heat in a bit more. As we've come to expect, same materials, so it's fully waterproof as well. So if you want to sleep under the stars, you can do so with this. So this is quite good for whether you just want to up your 3-season sleep system or sleeping bag to more of a 4-season or 5-season in the colder weather. You chuck this layer on and it keeps heat in, or come into the summer months, just have this as a top layer when it's too warm to have a big sleep system and you want to cut down on the weight but still have that little layer over the top of you, and if it gets a bit wet at night, this will keep you covered. Well, one of the key things to look at with this is on the inside. You can probably see that reflecting off the sun. You've got a slight, well, if you ever see the inside of your cool bags, that's exactly what this material is. Or if you see on films when someone's sat in an ambulance with basically tin foil wrapped around them, it's one of the best insulators there is because it bounces back all that radiation, all that heat from yourself straight back to yourself. So if you get in there warm and you radiate some heat, it really minimises how much heat is lost through the bag by bouncing it straight back to you. It's a very nice addition for that. I've not seen that on any thermal covers before, so I'm not entirely sure if it's the first, but I'm pretty sure it's the first one I've ever seen. So they're not exactly common, but quite a nice feature. And that in turn means it doesn't have to be as thick with loads of padding, because it's got its thermal properties from basically using yourself as your own thermal property. So that is the UnderCover thermal cover. I think that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. The only thing I forgot to cover is that the bag comes in at 159.99 RRP and this cover comes in at 84.99 RRP. So I think that's everything covered. So whether you're looking for a bed chair on its own, you've already got the sleeping bag, or you've got a sleeping bag, you just want a bed chair, or vice versa, or you want to have a full sleep system, or just a thermal cover to go over the top of what you've already got, there's something here for all of you. So if you're interested in any of these items, please do head over to the Solar website. Please click like if you like this video and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads from me. But that's it from me from now. Talking about all these thermal stuff, in probably the first bit of spring sunshine, I'm very, very warm. So this isn't going to be needed today, but coming into those colder nights next year, or even later into spring this year, it still could be something that you're going to need. So please check it out, and I'll see you again next time.